I'm going to key those bits again. So all the frames where it's touching the ground, I want to go back and make sure that it's actually touching. Let's scroll through this here. So you can see that that's a much nicer look, the exaggerated squash and stretch there. Now, like I said, I'm not using a rig. I'm just animating the scale right on the geometry here. And the reason I'm doing this is just because I don't want to have to hunt for a ball rig, and it's easy enough to show you with just the geometry. And you can do this in any software package, I would think. Now I'm also going to exaggerate the scale here so the stretch is even more extreme. So I'm just going to go through and change that bit there. So all the frames where the ball is stretching, I'm going to go back through and key those with the new extreme. So if we scroll through this, we can see what's happening here. Boom. Boom. Okay. Now, let me do a play blast to this, see how it looks. Okay, that was a little fast, so I want to alter a little bit, but let me make the ball show up a little better here. Let me just make a quick material for it. Open up the Hypershade, create materials, Lambert, just so it's a little easier to see here what's going on. Alright, so I have a red ball here. Now, I want to adjust the Y a little bit. Really make it, oops, make it slam down. Make sure that these are broken here. These tangents are broken. Alright, let's see what that looks like. So it plays pretty fast. I mean, that squash is only up there for 3 frames. It's there on frame 0, frame 15, and frame 30. Everywhere else it's either stretched or normal. But you get that feeling of the squash when it hits the ground there. And that is pretty much it. I mean, that's the first lesson, squash and stretch. Seems like a pretty basic thing, and a lot of people are like, well, why don't you just skip to the good stuff? Well, this is the good stuff, because this is a principle that'll carry you through most of your stuff. So imagine your character is not a ball, but it's a frog or a person or just about anything. As you're jumping down, you can imagine these would be arms straight up and legs straight down, and your body is kind of stretched out. And then on the frame where your character hits the ground, he's going to be all compressed, like this ball is compressed. So if you can kind of, when you're animating, picture a sphere around your character that's just enveloping the whole character, you can kind of break it down to this simple squash and stretch like a ball kind of animation, and that'll make sure that your poses all work if you kind of picture the character inside of your sphere here. So I'll play blast this, and I'll put this in the video as well, but that's pretty much it for the first lesson. So we'll wrap it up.